10:34 is your time now, and with social media at all of our fingertips, it's easy to find yourself comparing your life with friends or even celebrities. But as the saying goes, comparison is the thief of joy. Personal finance expert and best-selling author Rachael Cruze says instead, go on a 90-day journey with the Contentment Journal. Rachael joins us live from Nashville to talk about the power of gratitude. Rachael, good morning.
Good morning, Katie. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for joining us because I love this topic. We all know that social media, it's a great tool, but it's also a very dangerous one, especially when you're comparing folks, and it can steal your joy, it can steal your paycheck. Talking about your advice, which is the Joneses are broke. Don't compare your life to theirs.
That's exactly right. Well, what you're seeing on social media is everyone's highlight reel, right? It's the best part of everyone's life, and you're seeing a snapshot. So that remodeled kitchen that looks beautiful, you may not see the second mortgage that was taken out on that home to redo that kitchen. So you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. So it's important to put the blinders on, focus on your life, and find contentment in your life.
And Rachael, why did you want to put together this journal and share it with the world? Because it's something you're doing yourself as we go through it.
I am actually, yes. Well, contentment is such a hard subject to grasp. People are like, is it a daily decision? Is it a process? What is it? And so I have found there are really three main steps to contentment. First is gratitude, second is humility, and third is where you finally find contentment. But it's a process, and I personally love journaling as well. I think putting your thoughts, your fears, your dreams, everything written down is so powerful. And I thought if I could guide people through this process, spending 30 days in each subject, how much their hearts can change. Because ultimately, not only are you going to find contentment and find joy, but also you're going to be able to win financially. I always talk about budgeting and getting out of debt and saving money and giving money. And people that win financially are content. So it's not going to just help you in your life, it will help you with your money as well.
I love that it can bleed over and just help other areas of your life. How has focusing on gratitude, just writing down a few things in that journal every day, helped change your attitude, or how can it help change your attitude?
Sure. Well, when you are grateful, when you live a life of gratitude, there is no room for comparisons and discontentment. So I challenge people to write down 2 things they're grateful for every day. And in the journal, we spend 90 days through different parts of your life of how to be grateful and what to be grateful for. And so processing that is huge, because once you're grateful, then that leads to humility. And that's the next 30 days of the journal is humility. And I love C.S. Lewis's quote where he said, humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. So finding ways to look outward, to give and to serve other people is so much more refreshing than just living a more selfish mentality.
Yeah, I mean, in a world where it's all me, 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 how powerful is it to stop and think about others and how you can help others for a moment?
It's huge, Katie, and you're exactly right. It is our world of me. I thought there was a camera on the side of our phone to take a selfie, to take a picture of ourselves, So when you can pause and value other people, what ends up happening is you move on the spectrum of being selfish to selfless. And selfless people live a more joyous life. Because once you master that, then going into contentment, which is the last 30 days of the journal, is so much easier. It just yields right in. And contentment is a powerful principle, and it's a daily decision you have to make. But when you are content, not only will you find joy, like I talked about earlier, but you also win with money faster.
And that's a key too. And I also want to ask you, you've been sharing your journey along every day with your followers. What are some of the things that you're putting down in your gratitude journal?
Yes, well, there's so much. Right now, we're in the 30 days of gratitude. And so this morning was about being grateful for simple things in life that you usually take for granted, like food. Like, think about your favorite meal and how much it took to get that meal to you. All the people around the world really essentially helping with just that one part of your life. It's so simple. It's things we take for granted. But when you stop and you're grateful for the small things, it helps your life and your perspective so much.
Certainly does put everything else into perspective. Rachael, thank you for joining us this morning.
Right.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely, Katie. Thank you.
Contentment Journal. Yes, the Contentment Journal is on sale right now.
Well, the time right now is 10:30.